Hello, I'm Brian, and I'll be your guide for the moving teacher today. So if you haven't watched any of our previous videos, feel free to watch them. So it tells you what the moving teacher is, as well as our interviews where we go deep down into TEFL versus CELTA, going into higher education, different career paths, and finding your journey and building more experience. So in today's episode, it's going to focus more on poly. So what is poly? These are type of schools in South Korea that are notorious. But before we get there in 1 second, in South Korea, this is how, from my perspective, how schools are. You have polys, hagwons, adult hagwons, international schools, and universities. But these three, the top three will range depending on the person, but the top two are the way that they are. So you might have seen polys when going on different job sites, talking to recruiters. But what you want to do is one, tell your recruiters, I don't want no polys. I will take the hard one. So before I taught abroad, some of my dear friends told me, don't go to hard ones. You're going to work crazy amount of hours, you get low pay, the going to be a lot of micromanaging, and you'll be treated more than nothing, just like a number. And so you'll say, but how do you know this happened? So when I was in South Korea, I've met some people that have taught in polys. They will tell me things as mentioned, it's long hours, management, place politics. You're not sure when you're going to get paid, if you're going to be giving materials or not. Things are going to be switched at a snap of a finger. So you might be teaching one class, but they might make you teach another class, or maybe there's more students, and so you're basically uh, not treated well. So how can you avoid this? So if you're looking for jobs in Korea, you might have looked at job sites. Maybe you've talked to recruiters. Tell them, one, I don't want no polys. I want hard one. You work less hours compared to a poly, and you'll get paid just a little bit more, but you won't be treated poorly. Two, if you do interview with a poly, Howard, or any school in the world, ask to interview a former and a current educator. And the reason is that the former educator will tell you everything that there is need that you need to know about the school, from the pros to the cons and so on. So you get a lot more detailed information from them. And from a current one, you get to learn how it is at the present form. And again, you can go deep down and feel free to ask questions. Don't feel that it's scared, bad, whatnot. Uh, but now don't make it a full hour long conversation. We try to ask maybe four, maybe five simple questions. But they'll probably give you a lot more than what you're asked for. So that's a plus. Number three, do your due diligence. On our job site at themovingteacher.com, we put a lot of job board reviews from Glassdoor, Indeed. We have a blacklist for Korea. So you can learn what are some of the best schools and not best schools as well. If you go to our group pages, you can find different groups around the world, and you probably might meet some people that have taught at a school or schools, and they can give you some great information. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're at a place that's going to treat you with respect, not going to play politics, and that you know what to look for, whether it's creating material or not creating material. And again, that's normal, knowing where how your break's going to be, vacation, and etc. And then finally, in the interview, feel free to ask them, how long do teachers stay at the school? What are some things that are difficult? Feel free to ask questions. That's going to be the first and maybe last time you interview, because again, in the international schools, you're more likely to interview just once. And they'll talk about salary and things like that, but talk about these things. So again, number one, if you're researching, you can ask your recruiters how once or something else, no policy. Number two, you can, if you are going to interview, ask for a former current educator. Three, look at these job boards that exist of reviews where you can learn a lot more. And then lastly, go into the group pages and you can learn a lot. Now I know there's probably a lot of information, but if you take it step by step, it's gonna help you to be more successful in your career path. Now, if you have taught or are teaching at a poly and you want to give us more information, feel free. We can try to do an interview, because the moving teacher is to help out those teaching abroad to be more successful and to have a better idea of how things are going to be. And at the end of the day, knowing that there's a great community of teachers helping all around. Now, on our next video, we will interview more people and I'll do more of secrets of teaching abroad. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you can please give us a like, subscribe on YouTube, on Facebook, and again, feel free to use the website as much as you want. You'll gain a lot of great information. And see you until the next time. Enjoy your day.